Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. Please consider this video entertainment. Today I am looking at Patterson Energy, Patterson-UTI Energy, PTEN, almost a 6% dividend yield. They are an oil drilling company. They are currently not making money. You can see that it's slightly negative net income quarterly. Last year was the worst year in 3 or 4, maybe 5. They operate in the United States mostly, so completion services, drilling products, other. So quarterly, the cash flow is looking down, free cash flow. It was good last year, so they're losing money, but they have positive cash flow. I'm guessing that's a lot of depreciation and amortization. Our assets and liabilities are looking pretty healthy. If I go to the forecast, we've got 18 analysts, so 8 buys, strong buys, 2 buys, 7 hold, 1 sell, with price predictions up to $10. Here is a monthly chart of Patterson-UTI Energy, and if the price of gas goes up, the demand for drilling and drilling services is going to go up. You can see on the monthly, we're below this shorter term point of control and this longer term point of control. So you can see this is the major point of control. Here is a smaller one. This is a pretty major one. And we are sitting right at this one. So this is the last major point of control. The rest are all a lot smaller. But, if we break through here, we could easily come down here and test this level right here. Let's leave that there for now. So if we look at this, we broke our lines, our moving averages all gathered up, and then we broke down. And now we've come up and bounced off the 200 and broke down again. So, right now everything is resistance. If I go to the weekly, you can see that we've been bouncing off this 200, and then our lines kind of are getting together here, but then we broke up down below it. So now we've been fighting, since up here really, the 50, trying to break through the 50. And then we have this gap down here, which is a little scary, but I think that's when we have the major market crash that we're due for. But I talked about that in my S&P 500 video, which I am due to update. We have another channel in here, and so that's an interesting channel we're working in. And then we have an interesting line here. You can see that we've been staying above this line, and now we broke below it, and now this is resistance. So we got to break through this line and then try to get through the 50. But if I go to the day, let's get rid of this. So we've been bouncing off the 200, So it was the 100, then the 200. Now it's kind of all of them, right? They gather up. We broke down. And so now we've been bouncing off the 50, or I'm sorry, the blue's the 100, but we're down below. So we're ready to move up and potentially break both the 50 and the 100 moving average. And you can see this is a strong daily candle. If we look at the weekly, that's an engulfing candle right there, which is really bullish. And on the monthly, even though it's not over, we've got a hammer now, and if it goes up anymore, it could be a green hammer. We've got, it's the 22nd, so another week. Back to the weekly. I'm going to get rid of some stuff. And if I do a retracement from the bottom to the top, I've got pretty nice lines, and we're sitting here bouncing off the 618. I go back to daily. You can see this is almost like a double bottom here, one here and one here. This could definitely be an accumulation phase. Back to the weekly. So, we have this point of control, this whole area here. Is down by the 786, and the gap is still below that. But I think, the 618, these are good lines. The 618 is nice. There's 382, the 236. They're real strong. And so we'll see if this 618 holds. We've got, volume here is picking up, but then dying off a little bit. Definitely higher than over here. Let me close that. Now, if I retrace from this point right here, saying this is the bottom to the top, our 618 is on this point of control, and we're basically at a full retracement. I do like the 382 line, the 236. It's all pretty decent, by this point of control. If I do an extension from the bottom to the top to say this is the bottom, 236 is right on our point of control. You can see 0.5 is right on our point of control up here, and then 618 is the top. So, this makes me think that this is a really nice line. If we were to come down here, that's not bad either. All right, so now if I trace from this bottom to the top to the bottom, 382 is this point of control, 786 is this point of control. So these are real strong lines through here. I like the 0.5. So, I like these bullish candles. I like these extensions and the retracements. If I go to, let's see, our monthly chart with our parabolic SAR and super trend, everything is bearish. RSI looks terrible, but if it turns up, we can have a higher low. Squeeze momentum, it's trending real terrible, medium terrible, smaller terrible. And then our MACD, if this turns up here, our histograms are becoming less. We'll have a much higher low on the monthly. On the weekly, still everything is in sell mode up here. If we continue up, it looks like we're going to have, a higher low here, so slight upward trend on our RSI. We're still in negative territory. Squeeze momentum, you can see it's pretty neutral right here, and our MACD is trying to make its way up. So you could say that this is from here, from back here to up here. This is an upward trend. We're still in negative territory. And then on the daily, we've got our first buy signal here. So, mixed signals on the daily. Our RSI is trending up. So, if this is a low and this is a new low, higher low, so we'd like to see higher highs. Squeeze momentum is neutral, and our MACD, you can say this is an upward trend and this is an upward trend. So a lot to play out. Here is our RSI Bollinger strategy, and we bottomed out, we bounced off the moving average, and we're down here. Money flow index is looking pretty bad. Stochastic is buried, and ADX is really not saying a lot. On the weekly, we're at the bottom here of this Bollinger Band. Money flow index is neutral. Our stochastic is just hurting up, getting out of oversold range. And our ADX is 28, so maybe a trend. So with ADX, 20 and 40 are the big numbers. So below 20 is definitely not a trend, and above 40 means things are getting ready to turn around. So, we're pretty low here. You can see our stochastic is coming up. Our money flow index is coming up. And, we're trying to get back to this moving average. On our daily chart, you can see our volume is down, but we are coming into a dividend. So we shall see where we go next week. But this is an interesting place. I hope you enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. All right. Talk to you later.